First of all, just kind of what did you see in the first half and the second? I mean, there was a big component of weather and all of that kind of stuff. What did you kind of see throughout the game change a bit?
I would say that the biggest thing that changed throughout the game was the third quarter. We were pretty even going into the half, and while we both teams had a lot of turnovers, us making a little bit less turnovers, I think, were our key. We were at 19 today. I think between that 12 and 13 is a game changer. I think Addie played consistently again, and that was that helped us a lot. And we really answered in the fourth quarter. We got the ball back, caused some turnovers, really rallied. I think that showed a lot of character and perseverance, which was one of our goals of the game. And we were just one goal short, so I think it was very competitive and could have gone either way. And I think we correct some of our, get some better quality shots, be able to penetrate their zone a little bit better, generate some better scoring opportunities, and limit our turnovers. And I think that could be a different game.
Where were some areas on offense that you saw that were working? Because there were, moments that everything was kind of coming together.
Yeah, I think in transition, when we get the ball in transition and work it behind the cage and look for looks, they were, trying to sort out personnel, and we were able to score in that situation. I think the skip passes and finding timing, those cuts in the middle, gave us some good looks. Being able to get some free position goals, we needed a couple more to make it, 2 more to make it 50%, but they were really fouling us. So if they're going to foul you on those looks, you've got to be able to score on your free post. So I think just, again, that conversion. But when it was flowing, we were really moving the ball well and finding the right looks and being able to put the ball in the net, But I do think that, it was a good game. We were able to score in some cost turnovers in transition too. So our scoring was very diversified. I think we just needed to attack their zone a little bit better.
Sarah, what did you feel like you saw on the field, especially in that first half? Do you thought was kind of working and kind of building up some momentum?
I definitely think moving the ball fast really helped us, kind of get set into our position and into our flow of the game. I definitely think that we could have worked it a little more, worked our looks a little more, and not been as patient almost. I think we could have definitely, gone for the riskier looks sometimes, when we needed it, rather than keeping it safe and having the turnover, and then not having the opportunity, to score off that.
Vinny, you mentioned the third quarter, and I feel like that was kind of a repeat of last game's kind of storyline a little bit. What is kind of the focus then coming into a game? I mean, you turn around and you have less than 48 hours before you get the chance to play again. What is kind of the focus for that middle range of the game?
I don't know. I think that we have to figure out, their team went on a big run, and they built some momentum back up. I think we need to look at possession, and working our possession clock. It seems that we had some, personnel challenges in that third quarter that gave them some easy looks, and maybe, Sarah recommended maybe coming out and getting some footwork in, just dialing and focusing a little bit more before we get into that third quarter. But we definitely have to solve the mystery to that. And, I think teams are going to look at that and really try to exploit it. So we have to match that tempo and energy, because that's how we're going to get scouted. And we'll overcome it. We'll be able to figure it out. We just need to sort out those runs and make stops sooner, or be able to convert, goals, so that fourth quarter there's more balance.
Sarah, what's the message to the offense about kind of that lull in scoring, but also just kind of the possession and all that? What's that kind of message for you guys going into a game on Sunday?
I definitely think we need to take care of the ball more when we need to. I think sometimes we were being riskier, but it wasn't the time to be riskier. We definitely need to focus on going into the third quarter with a high tempo, because we know that the other team's going to do the same. We can't just be comfortable where we're at. We need to keep it pushing forward, keep our pedal to the metal basically into the third and fourth quarter.
And Mindy, just kind of looking at a long season, and this is a very early game, right? You don't need to be playing your best lacrosse in February, and you mentioned overcoming some of that adversity and coming back in the fourth quarter. What does that kind of do for just kind of the coaching of the team and knowing that they can respond when things are hard?
I said to him that was the highlight. You know, like, it's game 2, could have gone either way. You know, the fact that we're going to have those lessons learned in game 2 to be able to prepare for the rest of the season, like, that's when you want to really learn those lessons. And, you know, I think being able to just get more consistent, right? Like, if defense is struggling to score, then offense we got to get the draw and put the ball in the bucket. You know, if we're having trouble with getting possession on the draw, then we got to make stops. So I think it's just like being able to have more balanced consistency within our units to get each other's backs. And these games it builds character, and it teaches you about in-game decisions that you could really manage better. And I think that's of huge, huge value going into, you know, the rest of the season.
And Sarah, she says that, and it kind of makes me think, you know, you guys have a pretty senior offensive unit, but there are some of those lessons that are still learned, right, with new players and new components. How are you guys kind of tackling that and just kind of taking on the fact that there's going to be some changes? It's not the same as it was last year, right? But we can kind of work through that and get better looks.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, we've been definitely working through some adversity, you know, through the fall, through this preseason, now into the season. I definitely think that we're all working together really well going into, you know, our other games and whatnot. So I think that just kind of like helping each other, supporting each other, being there for each other all across the field will really help us, you know, push into the next couple games.